Resident Evil is one of my favorite game series, along with anything that is classified under survival horror. So I decided to talk about the games I have played, as well as how much I enjoy them. The first game, in my opinion, is boring, although it did set up the foundation for the entire series. It takes place in the fictional Arklay Mountains, which is near Raccoon City. You play as either Jill Valentine or Chris Redfield, members of STAR's B Team, Special Tactics and Rescue Service, by the way, sent to a facility disguised as a mansion to find out what happened to A-Team, as well as the people who A-Team were sent to find. They soon find out the mansion is infested with zombies and mutated creatures. The second game, in my opinion, is my favorite one. This one takes place in Raccoon City, where you can play as Leon S. Kennedy or Claire Redfield, brother of Chris Redfield, in a museum turned into police station named Raccoon City Police Station, RPD for short, both of which came to Raccoon City for their own reasons. Leon because it was his first day, and Claire because she's trying to figure out why her brother disappeared randomly. They both encounter two tyrants on their exploration of the station, one Mr. X and the other G. Birkin. They both take a train out of the city with a little girl Claire saved named Sherry. The third game takes place at the same time as Resident Evil 2, although you play as Jill once more, as she gets pursued by Nemesis, a tyrant developed by a pharmaceutical company, Umbrella, which is also responsible for the mansion in the first game. You'll also find out that they are a company that makes BOWs, bioweapons, and also develop viruses for the government. Jill, UBCS Op, Carlos, round up and save the few remaining survivors of Raccoon City outbreak. At one point, Carlos goes to the RPD and Jill gets infected by Nemesis. She gets cured. In the fourth game, which I think is pretty good, but not the greatest, solely because of the controls, you once again play as Leon. After what happened in Raccoon City, Leon shot up through the ranks, going from rookie cop to a Secret Service agent, and his first mission is to get deployed to Spain to rescue the president's daughter from a village. While he was doing this, both him and Ashley, named the president's daughter, we soon learn that the village is infected by Las Plagas, meaning the pests in Spanish. They cure themselves and blow up the island and escape on a jet ski into the sunset. Now, I haven't played 5 or 6, so I can't give a proper description or rating of those two, but to my knowledge, 5 is like 4 but in Africa, and 6 is mission-based and across the world, and apparently they're the two worst in the series. Resident Evil 7 is one of my favorites. And I like the first-person aspect of it. Also, the first one I played takes place within the Baker household. You play as Ethan Winters going there to save his wife, Mia Winters. What seems to be at first paranormal turns out to be a new virus named the E virus, and anyone who contracts it will begin to see illusions, as well as gain superhuman abilities like abnormal strength and regeneration. You go into the house, and eventually Ethan puts an end to each family member, except Lucas, who gets tracked down and put to an end by Chris from the first game. He then makes a decision to either cure Zoe, a woman who's a part of the Baker family and helped Ethan not only live but escape, or Mia, his wife, the reason he came there. Canonically, he chooses Mia for the cure. and they both escape via helicopter. And Zoe also survives. Resident Evil 8, the last one so far, is definitely one of my top 3. In this one, you play as Ethan again, so it turns out that not only he has a kid now, but he's also in witness protection in a place around Romania. As he puts Rose, his daughter, in her crib to sleep, he goes to eat dinner with Mia, but suddenly lights cut out and Mia is shot from all different directions. He finds out who does this, and the person that he trusted the most, the one who saved him from that madhouse in Louisiana, it was Chris and his squad. They take Ethan and his daughter away without telling Ethan why he is doing it. He wakes up around the outskirts of the village. He enters it, and he figures out that the village is run by 4 lords and a woman who is seen as kind of a god in the town. Her name is Mother Miranda, and she has the ability to shapeshift into anyone, and she does this within the game sometimes. But we find out that Ethan got abilities when he was in Louisiana. He can reattach limbs as if they're like puzzle pieces, and under a minute he can go from almost dying state to being basically fine. He kills the lords, and then he gets together with Chris, and Chris explains that he killed Mia because it wasn't Mia, it was actually her. He sacrifices himself, and his daughter lives on.